he can continue to do so and maybe have a chance to get out of that vehicle, get on foot and hide out and hopefully not go to jail today. He's being written up for a number of violations for his reckless driving, in addition, obviously, to the most serious crime, the alleged incident, the carjacking, which took place on Saturday. So through South LA, this is a major north-south street. Western?
Yeah.
Western, heading northbound on Western, which would take them all the way north up towards, the Mid-City area, Harvard Heights, the area to the west of downtown Los Angeles. We'll see if he continues on this path. I think if he has an open roadway, it's hard to get into the minds of these suspects to see what their plan is. And their main plan is to stay away from police and stay out of jail.
And it looks like the roadway right now is very calm. We're not seeing too many cars, so at least there's that, because he is going at a pretty high rate of speed in these residential areas.
This is an LAUSD area. It's unclear if that's having much of an impact on the volume on the streets. I do know that on wet, dreary, cold days like this in LA, people like to stay hunkered down if they can and are not out and about. That's why we're not seeing as much traffic, either vehicular or pedestrian traffic through this area. Northbound on Western, heading up through South LA. The incident started in Compton. That's where the pursuit started. They caught up with this alleged carjacking suspect, possibly with a firearm. A firearm was possibly used during that incident. The pursuit was on, and it was on surface streets for some time, and now it made its way onto the 105 and 110 freeways, and he exited the 110 freeway, and there he goes. He had a red light there. He stopped again, Vanessa.
Yeah, it's erratic behavior, really, because at some red lights, he'll stop, he'll wait for the light, and police are trying to be as cautious as possible, and they'll kind of back away, and there'll be a few car lengths behind him. And then in other intersections, he blows right through it. So really erratic behavior here. Some moments he'll go below the speed limit. Some moments he'll book it. So it's really unclear what his choices are here. Nothing is consistent. What is consistent is that police have been chasing him since about 10:45 this morning, and he has been able to evade them. Yeah,
about an hour. And again, we start to think about gas, how much gas is in this vehicle. You think about the public safety as these officers are. CHP joined in once the pursuit went on the 105 freeway westbound and then transitioned to the 110 freeway. He exited the 110, but then got right back on, but in a different direction, southbound. And you can see there is a pedestrian, umbrella in hand, crossing through that intersection there, pulling into an alley now, a tight alley. And we'll see what happens here with this suspect. Again, it's an alleged carjacking suspect.
And I wonder if he knows this area, considering he just went into a street that it could be, blocked off, and then he's stuck.
Yeah, it's possible. And I know that this part of the basin, as we fly through, we transition. This is part of the Bravo, the LAX Bravo, as we call it, the airspace there. So we're having to shoot it at an angle to a degree, the pursuit here. And we're not seeing much movement right now, so it may have...
Are we seeing the cruisers anywhere? There they are.
And it looks like something's going on at that intersection right there. Oh, that's the suspect right there, coming southbound there. I believe he did a 180. Now he's heading south. Go back to the wide now. Go to the right, Vince. It appears that he was heading southbound. Right there. Keep going right.
Keep going
pan right. Pan right, and widen out.
There we go.
I believe is that him right there. If you push in, maybe not.
No, I don't think that's him.
Yeah.
He went into that street, and then police looped around. If you could see any of those cruisers, Vince. And that's what I mean. Look how tight. Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right. Guns are drawn.
Oh,
wow. He's taking off his clothes. He's taking off. And he's getting strict orders from that. And now he's got his hands up.
All right, it looks like.
Or is it a female? I can't tell if that's a male or a female.
We're hearing that it is a woman.
It is a woman.
She's her hands
walking
backwards.
She's doing what she's told, and we don't know if there was another individual in the vehicle. If there was just the sole occupant, the driver, but the pursuit stopped, and
luckily coming to a safe end. Hopefully nobody else was in that vehicle. As far as we know, we don't.
Yeah, there's the vehicle right there, and the doors are both shut.
I think it's in the alleyway.
Oh, the vehicle's in the alleyway, so that car, that gray car there is...
All right. It looks like this is coming finally to an end an hour later. and coming to a peaceful end, thankfully.
Yeah, we haven't heard of anybody being injured, but we saw a lot of erratic behavior by that
A lot
by
of
that
close
suspect.
calls,
A lot of
too.
close
Yeah.
calls, and hopefully we'll find out that nobody was hurt. But a female suspect being detained, an alleged carjacking suspect. Carjacking took place on Saturday. The pursuit started in Compton, and this female suspect now being taken into custody. So we believe, as Vince said, that in the alleyway is where the suspect's vehicle is. Maybe we can get a peek there. That other gray tinted out vehicle, I guess, belongs to somebody else.
And we've been watching this for about 45 minutes to about an hour. Skyfox has been over this scene, weaving in and out of streets. She jumped on the 105 and then the 110 north and then south, getting off on 51st Street. It has been quite an hour just watching this car stop and go. At some points, she would stop at traffic lights. Other points, she would just ram right through it. And that was the scary moments that we're seeing her weaving in and out of traffic. And then, of course, on top of that, the story we've been talking about all day, that's why you're seeing your radar on the right bottom-hand side of your screen, is because of the weather. So that's what we were most terrified about throughout this entire chase, was what happens if somebody is injured, that suspect spins out and then hits someone else, because we've seen a number of residents in the area. But luckily, right now, we're seeing this coming to a peaceful end. Looks like she got out of her vehicle, and they are putting her away now, putting her in handcuffs. So alongside Vince Mack and Rick Dickard, and now joined by my colleague, Alex Michelson. This is an earlier edition of the Fox 11 News at noon. And we do want to do an update on the weather as well, Rick, because that was certainly an issue here within this chase, and an issue for everybody in Southern California.
It certainly was, and continues to be so.
Skyfox, anybody hear me on the ground? Yeah, the LAX air traffic's kicking us out of here. We're down too low in their airspace. They're making us get out. Yeah, we'll go over toward the 110.